Hello students, we'll be beginning with the PYQs for your exams. So these are the PYQs of December 2019. Okay, so 2019 क्वेश्चन पेपर के क्वेश्चंस को हम सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करेंगे. मैंने इस बार PYQs को टॉपिक वाइज सेग्रीगेट नहीं किया है बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ डेज भी कम है, दैट इज वन थिंग. एंड सेकेंडली आई फील पूरा पेपर एक साथ देखेंगे तो we will understand the flow of the paper also. So I'm going to divide this video into mostly two parts, ज़्यादा लंबा ना हो जाए इसीलिए. So we are starting today with December 2019 paper. I've put up the questions and hope solving these PYQs is going to help you guys. So let's not waste any more time and begin with the PYQs. Okay, so the first question, this is question number 1A. Sin theta plus I phi is given to you as tan alpha plus I sec alpha. You're expected to show cos 2 theta times cos hyperbolic 2 phi is 3. Here this question belongs to the topic of hyperbolic functions. Okay. So we'll be expanding sine using the circular formula itself. So sin A plus B का formula use करके expand करेंगे. So since it is given to you that sine of theta plus I phi is tan alpha plus I sec alpha. Okay, so we'll need this tan alpha plus I sec alpha later, like इसको बाद में लेके आएंगे. We'll first solve for sin theta plus I phi. So sin A plus B formula is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. The formula for imaginary angles. So what will happen to cos is the I vanishes and circular will get converted to hyperbolic. So cos I phi will become cos hyperbolic phi. Sin में I बाहर आ जाता है, cos as it is, and ये sin circular से hyperbolic हो जाएगा. So I will come out. Okay. So now you can see it is divided into imaginary and real parts, and हमारे पास left hand side की value tan alpha plus I sec alpha दी हुई है question में. So now we'll be comparing the real and imaginary parts. So let's compare the real and imaginary parts. This gives me that tan alpha, which is the real part on the left, is equal to sin theta into cos hyperbolic phi, which is the real part on the right hand side. I'll call this as equation 1. The imaginary part is sec alpha, which is equal to cos theta sin hyperbolic phi. That's equation number 2. अब यहाँ पे जो आंसर आपको लाना है या जो रिलेशन लाना है उसमें थीटा एंड फाई का रिलेशन लाना है. अल्फा नहीं चाहिए तो अल्फा को डिस्कार्ड कैसे करेंगे. अल्फा का जो फॉर्मूला है tan अल्फा एंड sec अल्फा दे आर रिलेटेड बाय द आइडेंटिटी. कौन सा आइडेंटिटी से रिलेटेड है ये दोनों. हमारे पास 1 प्लस tan स्क्वायर अल्फा इज इक्वल टू sec स्क्वायर अल्फा का फॉर्मूला है, और आई कैन से sec स्क्वायर अल्फा माइनस tan स्क्वायर अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 1. So let's substitute the value. sec square alpha की value है हमारे पास, tan square alpha की value है. So the first term will become cos square theta sin hyperbolic square phi. दोनों को square लग जाएगा, multiplication है तो. Tan square will be from equation 1 sin square theta and cos hyperbolic square phi. And this is equal to 1 now. You want the answer in the terms of cos. Look at, always keep an eye on क्या चाहिए, okay? तो हमको आंसर जो चाहिए वो कॉस के फॉर्म में चाहिए. दोनों कॉस है, कॉस हाइपरबोलिक है. सो जितने भी साइन के टर्म्स है उनको निकाल देंगे. वील बी यूजिंग द आइडेंटिटीज ऑफ कॉस. सो कॉस स्क्वायर थीटा एज इट इज. साइन हाइपरबोलिक स्क्वायर के लिए हाइपरबोलिक की आइडेंटिटी यूज करेंगे. हमारे पास हाइपरबोलिक की आइडेंटिटी है कॉस हाइपरबोलिक स्क्वायर थीटा माइनस साइन हाइपरबोलिक स्क्वायर थीटा इज 1. सो साइन हाइपरबोलिक स्क्वायर यहाँ से हो जाएगा cos hyperbolic square minus 1. So I'll replace it by cos hyperbolic square minus 1. Minus sin square I'll replace by cos square as 1 minus cos square. And cos hyperbolic square remains the same. Let's open the brackets. I'll get cos square theta into cos hyperbolic square phi minus cos square theta minus cos hyperbolic square phi plus cos square theta into cos hyperbolic square phi. And this is still equal to 1. You don't require any of these squares. आपको जो आंसर चाहिए वो 2 थीटा के एंगल में चाहिए. तो यहाँ पे डबल एंगल का फॉर्मूला या हाफ एंगल का फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे. तो cos स्क्वायर इज 1 प्लस cos 2 theta डिवाइड बाई 2. एंड लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड ये जो टर्म है वो यहाँ पे भी है एंड यहाँ पे भी है. तो ये 2 टाइम्स है. तो आई जस्ट पुट अ 2 हियर. And cos hyperbolic square will also be 1 plus cos hyperbolic 2 phi. The formula is the same in hyperbolic. And again, it's divided by 2. This cos square will become 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2. And again, the cos hyperbolic square will become 1 plus cos hyperbolic 2 phi divided by 2. And the right hand side 1 is as it is. Here the 2 gets cancelled. Now observe there are 3 terms on the left hand side. All the 3 have the same denominator. 2 से multiply कर देंगे and brackets open करेंगे at the same time. So 1 plus cos hyperbolic 2 phi plus cos 2 theta plus cos 2 theta times cos hyperbolic 2 phi minus 1 minus cos 2 theta minus 1 minus cos hyperbolic 2 phi. Now this is equal to 2 because we have multiplied by 2 on both the sides. So left hand side के सारे 2's गायब हो जाएंगे, right hand side पे 1 into 2. Now also on the left hand side, observe 1 gets cancelled with 1. Positive cos 2 theta and negative cos 2 theta gets cancelled. Cos hyperbolic 2 phi gets cancelled with the positive negative terms. What I am left with is cos 2 theta cos hyperbolic 2 phi minus 1 is equal to 2. Minus 1 को opposite side पे shift कर देंगे तो cos 2 theta cos hyperbolic 2 phi is equal to 3 हो जाएगा. And this is what we were expected to prove. Okay, this is what we were expected to prove. I will show you the question again. So question में देख लो cos 2 theta into cos hyperbolic 2 phi is equal to 3. So ये जो पूरा question था ये circular functions, hyperbolic functions, उनके identities, okay, circular as well as hyperbolic दोनों identities use किए हैं हमने, and double angle formula, ये सारी चीजें यहाँ पे use हुई है circular as well as hyperbolic functions के. Okay, I hope this question is clear. This was a 5 marks question asked in December 2019. Let's move on to the next question here. The second question asked in the same exam. We are doing the same paper throughout. Okay, so not breaking it topic wise, breaking it paper wise this time. Okay, u की value दी है log of tan x plus tan y sin 2x times deba u by deba x plus sin 2y times deba u by deba y is equal to 2. ये prove करने बोला है हमको. So of course we'll start with finding the partial derivatives. ये concept partial derivative के topic से है. Okay. So partial derivatives कैसे निकालेंगे? So let's start with u which is given to you as log of tan x plus tan y. So let's take partial derivative of u with respect to x. तो log का derivative 1 upon हो जाएगा. And chain rule से tan x plus tan y का partial derivative with respect to x लेंगे. तो tan का derivative होगा sec square एंड tan y का डेरिवेटिव 0 हो जाएगा बिकॉज पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव विद रिस्पेक्ट टू x ले रहे हो तो आपको बाकी सारे वेरिएबल्स को कांस्टेंट ट्रीट करना होता है. तो y विल बी ट्रीटेड एज कांस्टेंट. सो ये सेक्स स्क्वायर हो गया. अब क्वेश्चन में मुझे चाहिए sin 2x मल्टीप्लाइड बाय डेबा u बाय डेबा x. ओके, सो sin 2x मल्टीप्लाइड बाय डेबा u बाय डेबा x. सो न्यूमरेटर मेरा हो जाएगा sin 2x into sec square x. Denominator remains the same, no changes, tan x plus tan y. Now let's expand double angle formula या half angle formula. Sin 2 theta को 2 sin theta cos theta and sec square is 1 over cos square. Denominator still remains the same, no changes. One of the cos term gets cancelled. We are left with 2 times sin divided by cos which becomes 2 times tan. and denominator में tan x plus tan y आ जाएगा. Okay. Now this was sin 2x into this. So can I similarly write that sin 2y into del by u by del by y will be 2 tan y divided by tan x plus tan y. See, when it's exactly the same, you can write similarly. Okay, no problem. Now let's start with the left hand side of the to prove. To prove में मेरा left hand side है sin 2x del by u by del by x plus sin 2y del by u by del by y. फर्स्ट टर्म की वैल्यू मेरे पास है 2 tan x upon tan x plus tan y. I can say I got this from equation number 1 and second term की वैल्यू equation number 2 से आएगी. 2 tan y, denominator is tan x plus tan y. Both the denominators are same, so let's keep this tan x plus tan y common. And numerator, I can take this 2 common. I am left with tan x plus tan y. The bracket gets cancelled with the denominator. I am left with 2, which is your required right hand side. So this is what we were expected to prove, and hence we have managed to prove this. This is question number 1B of December 2019. Let's move to question number C here. The question comes from the topic of matrices. A matrix is given to you, matrix A here, which is a 3 cross 3 matrix. आपको बोला गया है इसको sum of symmetric and skew symmetric matrix के फॉर्म में लिखना है. तो यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा रूल है जो आपको याद रखना है कि जो सिमेट्रिक मैट्रिक्स होगा वो P अगर उसको बोलते हैं तो A प्लस A ट्रांसपोज डिवाइड बाई 2 होता है, ये याद रखना है आप. एंड जो स्क्यू सिमेट्रिक होता है वो A माइनस A ट्रांसपोज डिवाइड बाई 2 होता है. ओके, ऑफ कोर्स वील बी प्रूविंग इट, वील बी शोइंग द स्टेप्स हियर बिकॉज अज्यूम करके नहीं चल सकता है. बट yes, this is what you need to remember. Okay, so because I require A and A transpose, let me first write down A. So A is 0, 5, negative 3, 1, 1, 1, 4, 5, 9, and A transpose will be exchange of rows and columns 0, 5, negative 3, 1, 1, 1, and 4, 5, 9. Now let P over here is A plus A transpose divided by 2. ये जो हमने याद रखा था. So 1 by 2 times इन दोनों का addition. If you want, you can show the steps or I'm doing it orally. तो term by term होता है तो 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus 1 is 6, negative 3 plus 4 is going to give me 1, 1 plus 5 is going to give me 6, 1 plus 1 is going to give me 2, 6 again, 1 again, 6 again, and 18. Let's multiply the 2 inside. I am left with 0, 3, 1 by 2, 3, 1, 3, 1 by 2, 3, and 9. क्वेश्चन में बोला गया है सिमेट्रिक एंड स्क्यू सिमेट्रिक. एज आई सेड P हमारा सिमेट्रिक होगा बट उसको प्रूव करना पड़ेगा आपको. ठीक है, तो कैसे प्रूव करेंगे? सिमेट्रिक है, यू कैलकुलेट P ट्रांसपोज. P ट्रांसपोज इज रो एंड कॉलम्स का एक्सचेंज. सो 0, 3, हाफ जो मेरा फर्स्ट रो था. सेकेंड रो इज 3, 1, 3 एंड लास्ट रो इज हाफ 3 and 9. You can see it is the same as P. So this implies P is symmetric. This implies P is symmetric. Okay. Second matrix which we are expected to find is the skew symmetric matrix. Okay. So let's find the skew symmetric matrix here. Skew symmetrically we had seen the formula. I'll show you the formula again here. A minus A transpose divided by 2. So I'll assume it to be this formula 1 by 2 common. Let's subtract the two matrices orally. The first matrix A minus the second matrix, so 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 1 will be 4. You can of course write the steps, no problem. I'll have negative 3, negative 4, which is negative 7. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. 4 plus 3 will give me 7, and this is 4 and this is 0. One thing to remember, skew symmetric matrix के सारे diagonal elements हमेशा 0 आएंगे. Okay, so यहाँ पे diagonal elements सारे 0 आ चुके हैं. Let me put that half inside. I'll get 0, 2, negative 7 by 2, negative 2, 0, negative 2 again, positive 7 by 2, and 2 and 0. Okay, so now you got Q. You need to prove Q is Q symmetric. Q symmetric इसको बोलेंगे जब उसका transpose जो है वो उसके negative को equal होगा. So let's calculate इसका transpose. So first row will become first column, second row will become second column, third row will become the third column. Now let's take a minus sign out. So first row will become 0, 2 and negative 7 by 2. Negative 2, 0 and negative 2 again. This will become positive. This will become positive and this will remain the same. Now observe the matrix which you just got and there's already a minus sign. Is this equal to Q? So I have Q transpose is negative Q, which means this Q is Q symmetric. This Q which we got is Q symmetric. So let's understand. Question is divided into 3 parts. Write the matrix A as a sum of symmetric and skew symmetric. So we got a symmetric matrix. We got a skew symmetric matrix. अब मुझे ये दिखाना है कि इन दोनों का sum, because question is asking me sum, right? इन दोनों का जो sum है वो A है. You have to show that. So let's do that and create some space here. Okay. So I'll add P and Q. I'll add P and Q. P was 0, 3, half, 3, 1, 3, half, 3, 9. Q is 0, 2, negative 7 on 2, negative 2, 0, negative 2, positive 7 on 2, 2 and 0. Let's add the 2. So I get a 0 here, a 5 here. 1 by 2 minus 7 by 2 is minus 6 by 2, which is minus 3. You can use a calculator if you require. This is going to be 1, this will be 1, and this is again 1. 1 by 2 plus 7 by 2 is 8 by 2, which is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5, and 9 plus 0 is 9. Check if this matrix is equal to your original A. We have this as A. So can you see that A is equal to P plus Q, where P is symmetric and Q is Q symmetric. So we got A is equal to P plus Q, where P is symmetric and Q is skew symmetric. So this is your question completed. I hope this is clear with all of you. How to go about with this question. Again, a 5 marks question. Question number 1C, December 2019. Let's move on to question number 1D. This belongs to module number 6. In that, again, it belongs to Maclaurin series topic. Okay. How do you come to the Maclaurin series है? Powers of x कह दिया तो Maclaurin series. Okay. Powers of x plus 1, x plus 2, x minus 1 या कुछ ऐसा. x के साथ प्लस माइनस आ गया तो टेलर सीरीज. प्लस माइनस सम नंबर. ओके. तो आपको टेलर सीरीज यूज करना है. सिर्फ x आ गया, मैक्लॉरिन सीरीज यूज करना है. फाइन. सो इसको अप्लाई कैसे करेंगे यहाँ पे, या इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे. थोड़ी सी स्पेस क्रिएट करते हैं यहाँ पे. ओके. सो क्वेश्चन इज अंडर रूट ऑफ 1 प्लस साइन एक्स. थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे बिकॉज मैक्लॉरिन सीरीज में आपको डेरिवेटिव्स चाहिए and root का derivative and all that is going to become little complicated. तो ये थोड़ा सा simplify हो सकता है. So let's see. 1 में I'll use the identity. 1 is sine square theta plus cos square theta. And theta I'm going to take x by 2. So sine square theta plus cos square theta. Y x by 2 I'll explain in 2 minutes. And ये जो sin x है, इसमें डबल एंगल फॉर्मूला, हाफ एंगल फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे. तो इसको sin 2 थीटा कंसिडर अगर किया तो ये 2 sin थीटा cos थीटा, मतलब हाफ एंगल हो जाएगा. सो नाउ यू कैन ऑब्जर्व ऑल ऑफ देम हाफ एंगल्स, एंड ये आपका हो गया है ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab के फॉर्म में. मतलब ये आपका a प्लस बी द होल स्क्वायर का फॉर्म है. यू कैन ऑलवेज check it, expand and check. And now you can see a whole square and a whole square root. So the square and the square root will get cancelled. You will be left with sin x by 2 cos x by 2. So I hope this is clear that you don't have to take a lot of derivatives now. Means derivatives will not be difficult. So if this was f of x, I have simplified f of x into this particular form. Okay. Now for taking it up to the power of x raised to 4, I have to take 4 derivatives. F dash, f double dash, triple dash, and up to the 4th derivative. Okay. So let's start with f dash. Sin का डेरिवेटिव होता है cos, एंड चेन रूल से x by 2 का डेरिवेटिव 1 by 2. cos का डेरिवेटिव इज नेगेटिव साइन, अगेन चेन रूल से x by 2 का डेरिवेटिव 1 by 2. f डबल डैश जब लेंगे तो 1 by 2 एज इट इज. cos का डेरिवेटिव हो जाएगा नेगेटिव साइन, एंड एक और 1 by 2 आएगा तो 1 by 4 हो जाएगा. अगेन नेगेटिव साइन एज इट इज, साइन का डेरिवेटिव cos. अगेन देयर इज ऑलरेडी 1 by 2 एंड एक और 1 by 2 बिकॉज ऑफ चेन रूल, so 1 by 4 हो जाएगा ये. ट्रिपल डैश, साइन का डेरिवेटिव cos, एंड अगेन 1 by 2 एंड देयर इज ऑलरेडी नेगेटिव, तो 1 by 8. cos का डेरिवेटिव नेगेटिव साइन, तो ये नेगेटिव विल बिकम पॉजिटिव, एंड यहाँ पे 1 by 8 बिकॉज ऑफ दिस चेन रूल, एंड sin x by 2. वी वांट अप टू फोर्थ ऑर्डर डेरिवेटिव बिकॉज x रेज टू 4 पूछा है क्वेश्चन में, तो वहां पे क्लियरली हमको बता दिया कि आपको 4 डेरिवेटिव्स लेने हैं. सो वी आर टेकिंग द फोर्थ डेरिवेटिव, एंड cos का डेरिवेटिव नेगेटिव साइन, सो दिस विल बिकम पॉजिटिव, एंड ये हो जाएगा 1 by 16. ओके, cos का डेरिवेटिव इज साइन, मीन्स नेगेटिव साइन, एंड here again I'll have 1 by 16 cos ka, sin ka derivative cos. Okay, because we're going to use Maclaurin series, I'll require all of these values, you know, f dash, f double dash and all at 0. So f at 0 calculate karna hai, f dash at 0, double dash at 0, triple dash at 0, and f fourth order derivative at 0. What do I mean by this? x की जगह पे 0 डालना है, x की जगह पे 0 डालना है. सो बेसिकली आपका जो एंगल है, भले x by 2 है, वो 0 हो जाएगा ना. 0 divided by 2 is going to become 0. So your angles are going to become, you know, 0 everywhere. And we know that sin 0 is going to be 0 and cos 0 is going to be 1. So f of 0 will be 1. F dash will become 1 by 2 because 1 by 2 into 1 मिलेगा. And negative 1 by 2 into 0 हो जाएगा ये. So this is leaving me with 1 by 2. नेक्स्ट टाइम सी अंडरस्टैंड, सिर्फ कॉस के कोएफिशिएंट्स बचेंगे, साइन वाले 0 हो जाए, तो यहाँ पे -1 by 8 because that's the term with cos, and plus 1 by 16, that's the term with cos again. So this is what is remaining. Now let's apply the formula of Maclaurin series. Always make it a habit to write the formula, okay? Because formulae do carry marks. So don't forget to write formula and mention which formula you're using. So I'm using Maclaurin series. So by Maclaurin series expansion, you have the formula f of x is equal to f of 0, x times f dash of 0, x square by 2 factorial times f double dash at 0, x cube by 3 factorial times triple dash, x raised to 4 divided by 4 factorial fourth order derivative. And you know, Maclaurin series actually continue होती है infinity तक, but because our question is asking up to x raised to 4, question में यहाँ पे बहुत clearly बोला है, so you are writing terms only up to x raised to 4. Okay, so let's calculate, rather substitute the values. So f of x की जगह पे हमारा question that was root of 1 plus sin x इसी को एक्सपांड करना था, राइट? f of 0 we have calculated as 1 here. Okay, we have the values here. ये सारे values यहाँ पे input कर रहे हैं. Okay, so f of 0 is 1 plus x as it is, f dash की जगह पे 1 by 2, x square by 2 factorial की value 2, f double dash की जगह पे negative 1 by 4, x cube by 6 हो जाएगा ये, and triple dash is negative 1 by 8, x raised to 4 by 4 factorial is 24, and ये हो जाएगा 1 by 16. Let's simplify. This is 1 plus x by 2 minus x square by 8, negative x cube by 48, and positive x raised to 4 divided by 24 into 16 is going to give me, you can always use your calculator, 384. Okay, so this is the required expansion. This is your required expansion. I hope question number 1 is very much clear to all of you. So this was question number 1. Each question is of 5 marks. All the questions are compulsory. All questions are compulsory. Let's move to question number 2. This is the start of question number 2. So this is question number 2, option A. Okay, your paper pattern, the main questions are always like, पूरा का पूरा solve करना है. मतलब question number 2 start किया तो उसके अंदर internal options नहीं है. बट अभी क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 से लेकर 6 तक में से आप कोई भी 3 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. मतलब क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 पूरा किया या 3 पूरा किया, 4 पूरा किया, ऐसे ऐसे 3 पूरे पूरे क्वेश्चंस करने हैं. और हर एक क्वेश्चन में जनरली 3 सब क्वेश्चंस होते हैं 6 6 8 के फॉर्म में. आइडियली ऐसा ही होता है कि फर्स्ट 2 क्वेश्चन 6 मार्क्स के होते हैं, थर्ड क्वेश्चन 8 मार्क्स का. तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन 6, सेकंड क्वेश्चन 6 एंड थर्ड क्वेश्चन विल बी 8 मार्क्स. ओके, तो आप या तो पूरा क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 करो, मतलब क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 कंपल्सरी है. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 पूरा करो, क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 पूरा करो, 4 करो, नो प्रॉब्लम. 2 3 5 करो, नो प्रॉब्लम. फोर्थ को छोड़ दिया. You have to do 3 complete questions out of 2 to 5. Okay, 1 कंपल्सरी है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 कंपल्सरी. 2 3 4 5 में 6 में से आपको 3 करने हैं. Okay, so let's look at this particular question. Find the non-singular matrices P and Q such that PAQ is in the normal form, where A is given to you and they're also asking you to find the rank of A. Also asking you to find the rank of A. So let's understand how we'll do this. To do this particular question, again, this is from matrices, belongs to the rank of matrix part. Okay, now let's also observe that the matrix A, which is given to us, has order 3 cross 4, 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, so I'll start by writing A is equal to I3. 3 is the number of rows, AI4. Now, what do I mean by this? I3 का मतलब है identity matrix of order 3 cross 3. So that's going to be 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Matrix A we will not touch at all. I4 will be identity matrix of order 4. And left hand side is my matrix A, which I will be working on and converting it into the normal form. So few basics before we start with the sum. पहले तो नॉर्मल फॉर्म होता क्या है? नॉर्मल फॉर्म में मैट्रिक्स को लाना मतलब आपको लेफ्ट टॉप कॉर्नर पे आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स लाना होता है, बाकी सारे रोज को 0 बनाना होता है. और ये जो आइडेंटिटी मैट्रिक्स है इसका ऑर्डर जो भी होगा, मतलब आर, आई कैन से 2 क्रॉस 2 3 क्रॉस 3 जो भी है, ठीक है. तो ये जो ऑर्डर आर होता है वो आपकी रैंक ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स बनता है. रैंक ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स, दैट इज फर्स्ट थिंग विच यू नीड टू रिमेंबर. सेकेंड थिंग, नॉर्मल फॉर्म में लाने के लिए, ये नॉर्मल फॉर्म है, ओके, आई आर वाला. नॉर्मल फॉर्म में लाने के लिए यू कैन यूज रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एज वेल एज कॉलम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस. रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस हमेशा फर्स्ट मैट्रिक्स ऑन द लेफ्ट को लगेंगे, मतलब I3 को लगेंगे, सॉरी ऑन द राइट मतलब I3 को लगेंगे, एंड कॉलम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस हमेशा I4 पे एप्लीकेबल होंगे। ठीक है, सो रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस के जो भी रूल्स लगाओगे ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड मीन्स लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे तो दोनों लगेंगे, but on the right hand side row transformation will be applicable only to I3 and column transformation will be applicable only to I4, nowhere else, right? Keeping these two things in mind, we will start with the sum. So your target is to convert your matrix on the left into the normal form. So you have to convert the top left corner into identity matrix. So let's start with that. One more thing which you need to remember, different people can have different answers. Reason is all of you may apply different row transformations or column transformations, your choice. So depending on आपके steps कैसे change हो रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से आपके answers भी change होंगे. So what I am going to do is I'll start with the column transformation first. I'm exchanging column number 1 with column number 3. Reason being column number 3 में यहाँ पे 1 है. कॉलम नंबर 2 में कोई चेंजेस नहीं आएंगे, कॉलम नंबर 3 की जगह पे कॉलम नंबर 1 चला जाएगा एंड कॉलम नंबर 4 में कोई चेंजेस नहीं आएंगे. बिकॉज ये कॉलम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन था, I3 में कोई चेंजेस नहीं आएंगे, मैट्रिक्स ए को हम टच नहीं करते हैं. I4 में कॉलम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा, मतलब कॉलम नंबर 3 आगे आ जाएगा, कॉलम नंबर 2 एज इट इज एंड कॉलम नंबर 1 विल change its position. Column number 4 will remain the same. Okay, now once we get this, using this one, I'll try to make these zeros and these zeros at the same time. As in पहले रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस लगा लेंगे फिर कॉलम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. तो रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लगाने से I'll get R2 getting converted to R2 minus 2R1 and R3 getting converted to R3 minus 5R1. So let's apply रो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन फर्स्ट. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे फर्स्ट रो में कोई चेंजेस नहीं आएंगे. रो नंबर 2 में 2 टाइम्स सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा, मतलब ये 0. 4 minus 6 is minus 2. This will be again 0. No, not 0, sorry. Negative 6 हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. And this will become 2 minus 12. That's going to be negative 10. The last row will become 0 here. 14 minus 15 is going to give me minus 1. 12 minus 20. Yeah, 12 minus 20 is going to give me minus 8. 16 minus 30 will give me minus 14. Now, because this is row transformation, you will have to apply it in first matrix, I3. So 1, 0, 0, first row as it is. रो 2 में आप सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे तो -2 हो जाएगा यहाँ पे -5. नो चेंजेस हियर बिकॉज यहाँ पे 0 है ऊपर. A as it is, I4 as it is. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, and 0, 0, 1. Okay. Let's continue. Now using the same one, I'll try to bring zeros here. यहाँ पे zeros लाने के लिए column transformation apply करना पड़ेगा, तो C2 will get converted to C2 minus 3C1. Let me write it here. C3 will get converted to C3 minus 4C1 and C4 will get converted to C4 minus 6C1. So no change in the first column. Second column में सिर्फ यहाँ पे changes आएंगे because नीचे zeros है. So -2 as it is, -6 as it is, -10 as it is, -1, -8, -14 as it is. Column transformations, so first matrix will remain as it is. No change. Okay. Now let's apply this. No change here because first value is 0. No change here because again the first value is 0. Column number 1 में 0 है. अब यहाँ पे changes आएंगे because यहाँ पे एक 1 है. So C2 minus 3 times is, so -3. C3 minus 4 and -6. Last row में no changes because of 0 in the first position. Okay, so this is what we are getting so far. Let's continue further. We'll multiply R2 by negative 1 over 2 and R3 by negative 1. So R1 remains the same. This becomes positive 1, positive 3 and positive 5. This is 0, 1, 8 and 14. Row transformation, so applicable to the first one. So 1, 0, 0. Row 2 will become minus 1, sorry, positive 1 and negative half, 0 as it is. This will become plus 5, 0 and minus 1. A as it is. No changes in the second one because of the row transformation. Now remember one thing, you'll have to be very careful because one mistake and the entire thing can be like, a jumble. Okay. So now let's use this 1 over here and create a 0 below it. So I'll again use row transformation, R3 getting converted to R3 minus R2. No change in R1. No change in R2. This becomes 0, 0. This becomes 5 and this becomes 9. Row transformation, so it will be applicable only to the first one. No change here. Now we'll be subtracting, तो ये हो जाएगा 4, this will become plus half and this no change. No change in the second one. So now let's use this 1 in the row number 2 and create zeros here. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, now this time I'm going to use column transformation. So C3 will get converted to C3 minus 3 times C2 and C4 will get converted to C4 minus 5 times C2. So 1, 0, 0, 0, no changes here, no changes here, no change here. ये 0 हो जाएगा, no change here and 0 and no change here. Okay. First column, no change. Okay, by the way, this is first matrix, so no change with the column transformation. A as it is. Now let's apply column transformation here. First column, no change. Second column, no change. Changes for third and the fourth column using the second. So no change here, but यहाँ पे हो जाएगा -3 and this will be -4 plus 9, which will be 5. And this will be no change. No change over here. This will become -5 and this will become -6 plus 15, which is 9. And no change over here. Okay. Now let's make this 5 into 1. So for that, let me create a little more space here. Matrices sum can be bigger. They can go into little lengthier questions. Okay. So to convert this into 5 into 1, I'll do R3 divided by, okay, or I can do column 3. So I get C3 into 1 over 3. It's of course, you can do R3 also, no problem. I'm doing column 3 because I don't know. Okay, I'll not divide by 3. Why did I divide by 3? It should be divided by 5. 3 1 ho jayega, and this will be no change. Column transformation, so no change in the first one. Here C3 will be multiplied by 1 by 5. So 0 0 1 0 0 1 negative 3 0 1 over 5 negative 3 over 5 1 and 0 0 negative 5 9 and 1. Okay, now the last operation, C4 getting converted to C4 minus 9 times C3. The first matrix becomes now your normal form, and because it's column transformation, no changes in the first one. So 1 1 4 0 negative 1 upon 2 positive 1 upon 2 0 0 negative 1. Then we'll have A as it is, 0 as it is, first column as it is. The changes are in fourth column. So the first three columns remain the same. Okay. Now we have to subtract 9 times the third one. So this will be negative 9 by 5 here. Let's do some rough work, or you can use a calculator. The minus 5 plus 27 by 5. So that's going to be 2 by 5. Then I have 9 minus 9, which is going to give me a 0 here. And this will remain the same. This will remain the same. Okay. So now you can observe the left-hand side has become a normal form. Observe this part. This is the identity matrix of order 3. That's the identity matrix of order 3. So I'll write the left-hand side as I3 with zeros here. And whatever you got on the right-hand side, okay, we call it as PAQ, where P is 114, 0 negative half, positive half, 0 0 minus 1, and Q is 0 0 1 by 5, negative 9 by 5, 0 1 negative 3 by 5, 2 by 5, 1 negative 3 1 0, and lastly 0 0 0 1. So now a few things here which you need to understand is you'll have to be very patient. One small mistake and the entire answer can go wrong. Second thing, how to verify whether your answer is correct. How to verify whether your answer is correct. Now, to do that, let me show you something here. Okay. Calculate. And I'll be using the matrices mode. That's mode number 6. I'll input the values of PAQ over here. Okay, now the limitation of my matrix is I cannot go beyond 3 cross 3. So if you have a calculator which can multiply 4 cross 4 also, you can multiply these matrices. I'll try it online because yeah, my matrices are not getting into. Okay. So let me try it online. You can always do it in your calculator. So I'm going to multiply actually 3 matrices. The first is P. Second is A, which is 3 cross 4. Okay, and then I'll multiply this answer with the Q matrix. Okay, so P is 1, 0, 0. Then you have 1 minus half 0, negative 0.5 and 0. Row number 3 will be 4, half and minus 1. Okay, now let's put in the matrix A here. Matrix A, which was given to us in the question itself, 4, 3, 1, 6. Then you have 2, 4, 2, 2. Then you have 12, 14, 5, 16. Okay, let's multiply. I got this matrix. Let me note it down. This is some verification we are doing, okay? Not compulsory. So we got 4, 3, 1, 6, 3, 1, 0, 5, and the last row was 5, 0, 0, 9. Now this matrix is P into A. I have to multiply this with Q. So let me again do matrix multiplication. This time 3 cross 4, which was the answer, into 4 cross 4. Let's put in the values here. 4, 3, 1, 6. Then you have 3, 1, 0, 5. Then we have 5, 0, 0, 9. Okay. The last one is matrix Q. Let's write down the values of matrix Q. 0, 0, 1 by 5. And negative 9 by 5. Second row is 0, 1. Negative 3 by 5. Positive 2 by 5. 1, negative 3, 1, 0. And 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, let's calculate the multiplication. Now observe what we got here is I3 with zeros, your left hand side. ये जो left hand side यहाँ पे हमको मिला है, this one. Okay, that's a multiplication of PYQ, correct? So that's what we have got over here as well. And this is what your calculator, the CW model or your white calculators will give you the same answer. So this is kind of verification. आप verify कर सकते हो, check कर सकते हो कि आपका answer correct है कि नहीं है. Not a compulsory step, but then yeah, helps you understand कि answer correct आया कि नहीं आया. Okay, so yeah, I hope the question was clear. It was of course lengthy. So अगर आपको दूसरा कोई question आ रहा है इसी topic से या इसी पूरे question में, choice of question will matter. And अगर यहाँ पे एक silly mistake हो गई, you will lose your marks. Question is not yet completed. Question में also find the rank बोला है. Rank लिखना compulsory है. So look at this. IR जो आता है, that R is your rank. So we got your I3. Okay. So I also have to write here. Therefore, rank of A is 3. So if you forget to write this, you lose 1 marks directly. I hope the question was clear. And now let's move on to the next one. Okay, fine. This is question number 2B. Again, 6 marks question. Z is given as a function of x comma y, and the values of x and y are given to you. They are asking you to prove something with respect to partial derivatives of z with respect to x, y, u and w. Sorry, u and v. So what we do know over here is x and y के terms में function नहीं पता, मतलब z किस तरह से define किया, कुछ तो function है x and y का. It could be anything, right? So when we don't know, you cannot start with the left hand side. You can start with the right hand side. So right hand side भी again parts में start कर पाएंगे. So deba z by deba u से start करेंगे. Because it is a function of x and y, ये हो जाएगा deba z by deba x into deba x by deba u plus deba z by deba y into deba y by deba u. Because z is a function of x and y. चलो इसकी values डालेंगे. Deba z by deba x नहीं पता है. Leave it as it is. Deba x by deba u मतलब x फंक्शन जो है उसको पार्शियली डिफरेंशिएशन करोगे u के रिस्पेक्ट से, तो आपके पास बचेगा cos hv. Deba z by deba y you don't know. Deba y by deba u मतलब y को डेरिवेटिव लोगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू पार्शियली विद रिस्पेक्ट टू u, तो आपके पास बचेगा साइन हाइपरबोलिक v. ओके, एंड लेट्स ऑब्जर्व राइट हैंड साइड कर रहे हैं तो उसका स्क्वायर चाहिए क्वेश्चन में. लेट्स टेक द स्क्वायर. डेबा z by डेबा u द होल स्क्वायर. स्क्वायर करोगे तो a प्लस बी द होल स्क्वायर का फॉर्मूला लगेगा, तो a स्क्वायर इज दिस b स्क्वायर प्लस 2 टाइम्स a into b. Okay, we leave this as equation number 1. Let's calculate the second term on the right hand side. To calculate the second term on the right hand side, मुझे deba z by deba v निकालना है. Similar technique. Okay, so let's calculate deba z by deba v. So again deba z by deba x into deba x by deba v हो जाएगा plus deba z by deba y into deba y by deba v. Deba z by deba x again you don't know. Deba x by deba v. Now derivative of cos hyperbolic is sin hyperbolic, u as it is. Deba z by deba y we don't know. Derivative of, okay, 1 minute. Yeah, that's correct. Derivative of y with respect to v would give me u as it is, and sin hyperbolic का derivative हो जाएगा cos hyperbolic. Now observe the question, you require u square also, 1 by u square. So let's multiply by 1 by u. So let's observe, when I multiply by 1 by u, this u and this u will get cancelled. So I'm left with deba z by deba x into sin hyperbolic v plus deba z by deba y into cos hyperbolic v. Again, you require square, so L square, so 1 by u square as it is. Deba z by deba v the whole square. Right hand side a plus b the whole square का formula. Again, sin hyperbolic square v. Deba z by deba y का square. Cos hyperbolic z square plus 2 times a into b, which is let's write this as equation number 2. Now let's prove the RHS equals to LHS. We'll start from the right hand side, of course, because we have started working on the right hand side only. So let's start with the right hand side. Right hand side की value है deba z by deba u the whole square, मतलब equation 1 से इसकी value मिलेगी, और ये value आपको मिलेगी equation number 2 से. So यहाँ पे value substitute करते हैं right hand side पूरा. Basically आप equation 1 minus equation 2 कर रहे हो, okay? Equation 1 minus equation 2. अब यहाँ पे लिखने से पहले ही हम अगर थोड़ा सा ओरल कैलकुलेशन करते हैं तो हमारे लिखना थोड़ा सा कम हो जाए. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट वी कैन डू हियर. इक्वेशन 1 एंड 2 में से डेबा जेड बाई डेबा एक्स की होल स्क्वायर का जो टर्म है, लेट्स ऑब्जर्व दिस. ओके, ये रहा. इक्वेशन 1 में ये जो टर्म है, इक्वेशन 2 में ये जो टर्म है, इन दोनों के साथ cos hyperbolic square v and cos hyperbolic square, sorry, sin hyperbolic square है. तो I'll write this in bracket और ये सब फ्रैक्शन से आ जाएंगे. ओके, देन डेबा z बाई डेबा y स्क्वायर के साथ साइन हाइपरबोलिक स्क्वायर v माइनस कॉस हाइपरबोलिक स्क्वायर v आ जाएगा. इसको थोड़ा सा पीछे लिखेंगे. एंड लेट्स ऑब्जर्व द लास्ट टू टर्म्स. ये जो टू टाइम्स है, ये दोनों टर्म एग्जैक्टली सेम है, बट देन सब्ट्रैक्ट करने वाले तो ये दोनों टर्म कैंसिल हो जाएंगे. सो बेसिकली यही दो टर्म्स बचेंगे. तो इक्वेशन 1 माइनस इक्वेशन 2 करने से हमको ये मिला है. ओके, विच इज योर राइट हैंड साइड. नाउ ऑब्जर्व द फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट, डेबा z बाय डेबा x द होल स्क्वायर. तो इट्स ओके, this is equal to 1. That's your identity of hyperbolic function. And डेबा z by डेबा y the whole square, ये -1 हो जाएगा. ओके, बिकॉज साइंस उल्टे है. तो ये हो गया डेबा z by डेबा x the whole square माइनस डेबा z by डेबा y the whole square. एंड अगर वापस क्वेश्चन को देखोगे तो ये आपका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड है. राइट हैंड साइड इज इक्वल टू लेफ्ट हैंड साइड हमको मिल चुका है. सो वी हैव प्रूव्ड इट. वी हैव प्रूव्ड दिस. आई होप दिस क्वेश्चन इज क्लियर. ओके, so let's look at one more question and then we will stop for today's this video lecture, and then maybe in the next lecture I'll take up more questions of this particular paper. Okay, just not to make the video very long. I'm doing this. Okay, so let's get the next question, the last question, that is question number 2C. Okay, I think there is some mistake because all three questions cannot be 6 marks each. Let me just check. Okay, there's some printing error there in the question paper because all three questions cannot be 6 marks each. I believe the last one should be 8 marks. Last one should be 8 marks. Okay, so ये correction आया होगा पेपर के टाइम पे. तो जब करेक्शंस आते हैं पेपर के टाइम पे आपको पेपर पूरा टाइम बैठना है ऐसा एक्सपेक्टेशन होता है, बिकॉज कई बार करेक्शन काफी लास्ट मिनट पे भी आते हैं. तो आप अगर पेपर कंप्लीट हो गया निकल गया उसके बाद करेक्शन आया तो वो भी कंसिडर होता है वहां पे. ठीक है, तो करेक्शंस आते हैं पेपर में. So you should know these minor corrections are okay, but sometimes changes in the numbers or things like that could be something which can be a major correction. Okay. So let's observe, prove that log of this. तो यहाँ पे एक तो यहाँ पे ऑब्जर्व करो कैपिटल एल है. ओके, तो कैपिटल एल का फॉर्मूला लगाना है फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग, ए प्लस बी रिपीटेड है, ए माइनस बी रिपीटेड है. तो इसको कैसे हैंडल करेंगे देखते हैं. ओके, एंड दिस क्वेश्चन शुड बी अकॉर्डिंग टू मी इट शुड बी फॉर 8 मार्क्स बिकॉज यहाँ पे दो पार्ट्स है, हेंस इवैल्यूएट का पार्ट भी है. तो ये क्वेश्चन 8 मार्क्स का होगा. ठीक है, सो लेट कैपिटल ए इज इक्वल टू से ए माइनस बी एंड कैपिटल बी इज इक्वल टू से ए प्लस बी. तो ये जो मेरा लेफ्ट हैंड साइड है becomes capital log of a plus ib divided by b plus ia. Now this is something very interesting. Now observe the values are just interchange. A and B के positions interchange है, real and imaginary part के. So log में we can definitely write this as log of A plus IB and division होगा तो subtraction हो जाता है. Okay. logarithm of complex numbers कैसे निकालते थे? Logarithm of complex numbers would be half times log of r. R is under root of a square plus b square. Plus, because it is capital log, I will always have tan inverse, so होगा ही होगा b by a यहाँ पे. Now the second part will again be like 1 by 2. Sorry, this. Okay, 1 by 2 log of. Okay, यहाँ पे प्लस नहीं आएगा. सेकेंड पार्ट के लिए एक नेगेटिव साइन बिकॉज देयर इज अ माइनस. अंडर रूट ऑफ a square plus b square I times tan inverse. Imaginary part यहाँ पे a है, नीचे real part which is b. Now let's understand, when there is a capital log, there is always a plus 2i n pi which is to be added, okay? मतलब ये जो n पाई जब n की वैल्यूज आप चेंज करते हो तभी log के मल्टीपल वैल्यूज आता है, इसलिए ये कैपिटल L लिया जाता है. कैपिटल L में n होता है, तो दोनों टर्म्स में होगा, तो ये कैंसिल नहीं होगा, बट देन रादर इट विल गिव यू मल्टीपल वैल्यूज. So instead of writing it separately for both, we are writing it together. Okay. Now let's see when we subtract them. The first term, this is going to get cancelled because of the minus sign. I'll have this 2i n pi as it is. I'll have I times tan inverse b by a plus, no, sorry, minus I times tan inverse a by b. Now we'll use a formula here, which is for tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. It will turn out to be tan inverse of x minus y divided by 1 plus x into y. So let's use this formula. The first term remains the same, 2i n pi, I common, tan inverse, x की जगह पे b by a minus a by b, the entire thing divided by, so 1 plus b by a into a by b. So now this is equal to 2i n pi, I tan inverse, क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो b स्क्वायर माइनस a स्क्वायर, डिनोमिनेटर में ab, and this is again divided by 1 plus 1 which will become 2. So this is 2i n pi I times tan inverse b square minus a square divided by 2ab. Okay, let's leave this here and calculate b square minus a square and ab separately. So इसको इक्वेशन 1 छोड़ देंगे यहाँ पे. b square minus a square, तो b and a की वैल्यू जो हमने अज्यूम की थी स्टार्ट ऑफ द सम में, capital A is a minus b and capital B is a plus b. So let's substitute. So a plus b the whole square minus a minus b the whole square, and मुझे 2ab भी ढूंढना है, तो ये हो जाएगा a minus b multiplied by, okay, 2 times a minus b multiplied by a plus b. So यहाँ पे ये हो गया 2 times a square minus b square, and ये हो जाएगा a square minus b square का फॉर्मूला a plus b and a minus b. Okay, b will become positive because of negative sign. So I'm left with 2a into 2b, which becomes 4ab here. इसको equation 2 लेंगे. Okay, and let's combine equation number 1, 2 and 3. So from equation number 1, 2 and 3, you will get log of a minus b plus I times a plus b divided by a plus b plus I times a minus b. ये क्वेश्चन था हमारा. 2i n pi from equation 1, I times tan inverse b square minus a square की जगह पे 4ab and denominator में 2 times a square minus b square. Okay, this is from equation 3. So ये हो जाएगा 2i n pi I times tan inverse 4 and 2 will get cancelled, 2ab divided by a square minus b square. Let's observe question में क्या पूछा था. Question में this is the same thing which was asked. I common ले लिया है, we have not taken I common. So if you take I common, we've got the same thing. Now question also has one more part, that is they are asking you to hence evaluate. Hence है मतलब ये result को use करना है. Okay. Evaluate log of 1 plus 5i divide by 5 plus I. तो ये आपके left hand side के format में है. Let's compare it. Okay, so we've got this result and let me create some space here. Okay. So, comparing log of 1 plus 5i upon 5 plus 1i with log of a minus b plus I times a plus b and a plus b plus I times a minus b. I'll get a minus b is 1 and a plus b is 5. Let's add. I'll get 2a is 6, which implies a is 3 and b is 2. So now let me substitute this thing in equation number 4. So from equation number 4, I'll get left hand side is log of 1 plus 5i and 5 plus I. You can substitute and check. Right hand side will be I times 2n pi tan inverse 2ab, matlab 2 into 3 into 2, which will be 12, and a square minus b square will be 5. Okay, so this is your required answer, and this completes your question number 2. Not to make the video very long, we will stop here, and maybe in the next part, I'll maybe try to make it into 3 parts. Next part, we'll continue with question number 3. Okay, so yes, please stop here with this particular video.